I was addicted to sports. I love basketball. I grew up on Michael Jordan. My godparents bought me a poster. I still got that poster, Michael Jordan. And I watched him all the time, and my goddad would pick me up and play basketball on Saturdays. That's what I did, so I just loved it. They used to call me Baby Jordan when I was younger. Went to church, played basketball. I went to college, Columbus State. I had scholarships for like big schools, but I just messed up my senior year, so. A lot of schools looking at me for basketball, track, and baseball. And my senior year, I goofed around. One of my assistant coaches was a recruiter for the Army, National Guards, and that's how I got in the military. Man, I went to boot camp. It wasn't bad, because the military, people screaming at you and stuff, but I was already like kind of disciplined, so I was already respectful. Basic training, it's kind of fun, especially when I got to shoot. I love that. They wanted me to be a sharpshooter. We went to the range to qualify. I had 38 out of 40. And I was supplies, transportation gas and all that. And that's how we ended up going to Iraq. We became a detached unit. Some of us from Columbus went over detached with a unit from Indiana and Kentucky, so that's how we ended up going. Military, I don't regret it. It taught me a lot. Iraq, yeah, that was something else. A long vacation, a bad long vacation. That's what that was. So when I first came, I got my room, started to get settled in, and before I knew it, boom, come to find out it was a suicide bomber. He jumped out the car, bomb blew up. It was so huge that it killed 126 other people out there. And that's all you see is it's screaming and flesh burning and body parts all over the place. And we had to help him, and it was nothing you really can do. We had to help clean up and pick up body parts and stuff, and I was like, wow, I trained for this one. This is supposed to be supply over there. I mean, we weren't supposed to be no harm, really. But things changed once we got down there. Army is brotherhood, it's family. So if you didn't know a family, they taught you family. Taught you to respect each other and stuff like that. It's like brothers you didn't have. I always wanted a brother. I had 2 sisters, but I ended up getting like 50 brothers. So that was the fun part about it. I still talk to about 6 or 7 of them. Those are my buddies. I got close with a couple of guys from Special Forces. They live in Georgia. And after a while, I started doing missions with Special Forces. First mission, we went to a house that I just remember going in, raiding the place, getting everybody on the ground. This was like the movies. Shooting, you're scared, but then you gotta rush off of it. My first time taking a life was like, whoa. At first it was like crazy, but after a while, it just came normal. It's just like raining on the windows because it's bulletproof, like tsk. It was hard because they would use kids and stuff, you don't never know. It came to a point where we drank heavily alcohol. Hash, coke, whatever it was you did to get through it. So it was another mission. We're coming into the house, and I'm coming through the first room, and there's just a little boy there. He's like 5. He looks like my middle son, and he's scared. He don't know what to do. But I could see under his little clothing, you could see like the bomb. He was strapped. And he know the dad somewhere ready to set it off. So we were taught we had to shoot him. And he's looking at me like, save him, and I save kids, but I had to shoot this one. Everybody runs out. They had caught the dad and shot him already. So that really hurt because I felt I didn't have to kill the boy. That messed me up a lot. I killed a lot of people, but that one right there stuck with me. And that's how it went for then. Social life, I'm still working on it. I kind of still keep to myself. Well, that's something I'm working on, step by step, by going to Walmart. You know how Walmart's packed. It's hard, you know, because you're always on the lookout anyways, and you just get people who don't understand you, you know, look at you crazy, look at you different. Or ask you so many questions, you know, you try to avoid it. But I'm trying to get out of that, because I got my boys. I gotta be more out there with them, be more, you know, so I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on it. Once you get back here, they don't teach you how to adapt back to home. They don't teach us how to come home and be with our families and go back to our normal life. But it's not that easy. They just get you mad, so that's what you do. I wonder why alcoholics and drug addicts. And it didn't hit me about the people I did kill until you got back home. And that's where you start thinking about everything. And of course we don't talk about it. So it was just hell. I'm having them nightmares, and it's just like a DVD player. You jump up, wake up, it stops. You go back to sleep, it picks back up where you laid off. And it was hell. I didn't want to sleep. If I did, it'd be like 2-3 hours, and that was enough. You just have flashbacks, or you're just thinking about stuff. It's hard. You'll find yourself driving somewhere, and just all of a sudden you start crying. You don't want to, you know, you get stuck. You just stuck in that, don't want to do nothing, you know, go nowhere. I didn't know what to do. I was angry all the time. I didn't like to do the things I like to do. Quit playing video games. My sons come over, I just didn't know what to do with them. I watch them play video games, I try to play with them. I love my boys. And I just didn't know how to interact with them. He didn't know, that little boy just reminded me of him, you know, and I just killed that boy. Sometimes I'd sit there with my son, 1-year-old, and I was looking at him, and I would say sorry. So I just kept drinking and trying to handle stuff on my own. Yeah, you still had those days. Thank God I got my mom, somebody I can still talk to. That's important. My mom's like my best friend, so I just have to call her, like, Mom, help me. One important thing to have is somebody who can understand you and listen to you and don't give up on you. I got that with my mom, so she helped me a lot. Help you get through those days. Our suicide rate is out of control for veterans. Overdoses and everything. It came to a point where I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back to Iraq. That's how I got my OVI in 2013, and I've been dealing with that ever since. When I got to the felony one, I flunked my drug test. And they don't know anything about what we went through, or how to treat veterans, or PTSD, or they just treat us like criminals. I wasn't selling no drugs or anything. That's how we were taught. They gave us alcohol in Iraq. They gave us this stuff to do. That's what we did. And I went to jail. The system where they put us in jail, That doesn't do nothing but make it worse. As soon as you get back out, we're going right back there. I went to jail again. I missed Christmas. I didn't been there like 60-some days until Emma from the VA, she came help me. Thank God for that. They didn't have a veterans court. And she explained to Judge Trimmer, about the PTSD. My mom wrote him a letter. Because they don't know, none of the court system know anything about veterans and how to treat veterans. Judge Trimmer said, okay, he's gonna let me go. Veterans court, they need it everywhere. All law. The judges to probation officers, they should be taught on PTSD and what it's about. I mentioned going back to school, trying to be a counselor for the veterans, help them out. Because I went to this little program and they had counselors who have never been in the military. All there was just book by the book by the book. And they were just they're just there for a paycheck. And they wasn't helping the veterans. And you wonder why the veterans, just the other program, they go right back out. And I seen why, And then nothing like a veteran who can help another veteran who's been there, done that, and can talk about it and get them through it. And that's what they need, so that's what I see myself doing. These veterans keep to themselves, or they talk to other veterans. They just don't talk about it, they hold it in. It's sad, because the veterans want help, ain't getting help. So they gonna keep doing what they're doing. We blame ourselves on a lot, but it's never gonna go away unless you really deal with it. Some people veterans who do want to tell their story should let everybody in the United States listen. I'm trying to do it better now. I'm learning. I gotta do this for me and my boy, so they still don't know about me and I ride. They're all over here one day. My nephews and all of them, they're sitting there playing Call of Duty or something. I said, you see what they're doing? They said, yeah. I said, that's what I did. They were shocked. And that's the only time I talked to them about it. That was the best way to explain it, is that video game is my life.